All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Dr. Stacy here, back in the house again. So excited to see all your beautiful smiling faces this evening. Before we get started, I want to give a massive shout out to Miss Laura Balzer. Thank you so much for taking care of everything the last 2 weeks while I was gone. You rock. You nailed it. You took care of everything, and I appreciate you so much. So
You are
much.
very, very welcome.
So thank you.
We had a blast. It was awesome.
Well, I'm just getting to watch those replays and getting those up on YouTube. So had a couple really good testimonials, and I'll get all those put together and have those sent out to the downline to wrap up our fitness session that we had for most of the month of June and a little bit of May. So thank you, Laura, for taking care of those last two there in the business meeting as well last Wednesday. So.
You're welcome.
It's always wonderful to be partnered with somebody that says, "Hey, Stace, I know you're going out of town. What can I do to help? Let me fill in for you." I'm like, "Oh, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you." All
Yeah,
right,
the next
guys.
thing we're going to work on is recording,
Recording. Yeah, just
getting the right people up on the screen.
yeah, just deny the things.
Oh my gosh. You and I are gonna meet about it.
We'll practice it.
I need to practice.
Yeah, you just hit speaker view and then double click on me
Yep.
and double click on you, and here we go.
Yeah,
That's it.
I know.
It's a little trick. All right,
But
so
yeah, another day.
another day, another day. All the things, right? All the things in leadership. All right, so I wanted to share some things with you guys this evening. And of course, keep it interactive. So if you have questions along the way, I'm going to be sharing some stuff in the chat for you to copy. And of course, we can post it in the page as well too. But I wanted to talk to you all a little bit about where we are right now. I know Laura talked about the three J's, January, June, and July. We are wrapping up June. I don't know where it went, but we're wrapping that baby up. And we are moving into July. And why I say the three J's, as Laura shared last week, those are the three largest months in sales for LifeWave every year. And I know you're like, Black Friday. Yeah, Black Friday is crazy. But that's only a couple weeks. So we always have record months in January, June, and July when most companies are like, "Woo, we're on vacation, kids are out of school, we're traveling, we're not doing anything." Not with us. We don't do that. And when I say we don't do that, I don't mean we don't go on vacation or we don't have fun or we don't hang out with our kids or our grandkids. I'm not saying that. But our business soars because people get really laser focused in on that busyness and, of course, in on their necessities to help them through all that craziness. There was one day that, we have the little things, little apps on your phone that tell you how many steps you've walked. And most of the days it was between 10 and 15,000 steps per day that we were doing while we were gone in Europe. And one day we're almost at 18,000 steps. And we were like, gosh, really? We're hitting this many? Like, you don't even realize that you're doing that much more than you normally do. I mean, I don't know about you all, but I'm not walking 17, 18,000 steps a day. I don't just, no. 7,000 is perfect. It's perfect for longevity. And so, according to Dr. David Sinclair, and I tend to value him very highly in the things that he says. So, about 7,000 is about my hit every day. Sometimes I'll hit 8. But to hit 17, 18,000 and not even miss a beat, like we went for sun up to sundown every single day. Like they pick us up at 6:30 in the morning, pickup time to head to the top of these mountains, and we're like, woo! And then it's like, oh, dinner. It starts at 8 p.m. for cocktail hour. We're like, good Lord, you guys. But that's what the patches do. They allow all of us the ability to go, 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 and live life and continue to do what we're doing. So when I say people don't slow down, they're busier in these months, and these patches are going to, and have been, obviously, I'm sure many of you can contest to that, keep you rolling and moving through all the things that you're doing. So let's talk a little bit about not just the patches doing that. But let's talk a little bit about really timing in where we are right now in the business. Okay. So we have obviously some changes that are coming in about the next 30 days to our compensation plan, those enhancements. And I know there's lots of questions and people, we want all the details. And of course, you guys have probably watched Super Saturday's recording and have been talking to your uplines. And we'll go in more in depth in that next week because there's a huge promotion that's going to be coming out next week. And so you'll definitely want to attend next Wednesday. There's a lot of really insane, crazy, amazing things happening next week. So keep your eyes and ears open for what's coming for the month of July. So, what we're doing now is honestly creating the momentum for October's conference. That conference in Anaheim is almost sold out. We've got about 1,000 tickets left. So if you don't have yours or if your brand partners don't have them yet, please make sure you get them. David shared this weekend that they are going to be dropping some hints on the entertainment that's going to be there. And it was funny because he shared the story of last year's entertainment. He did a lip sync contest when he was in high school, and he was one of the Blues Brothers, and he won. And so, when he was thinking about the 20-year anniversary, he said, I love the Blues Brothers. I did, lip sync when I was a kid. I want to have them at my convention. And so they're like, yeah, I don't think you can do that. And he's like, I think we can. Let's do it. And he said, so we reached out and they said yes. So I was like, okay. And so then he goes on to say, well, they really wanted Maroon 5. And so they were going back and forth, back and forth. It was like 2 weeks out and they still did not have a signed contract. And so David goes, why don't we get Gwen Stefani? Let's reach out to Gwen Stefani and see if she's available. And sure enough, he took it to the committee and they're like, look, what happens if we end up getting both of them? We're going to be way over budget. He's like, I'll take care of budget. Don't worry about budget, but I can't not have somebody really big for the last night. So if we don't get Maroon 5, we'll have Gwen Stefani. And obviously, both of them said yes. So that's how we ended up with the Blues Brothers, Gwen Stefani, and Maroon 5, which is insane, right? And of course, conference is not about the entertainment, but it kind of is. And David's like, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. That's not just going to be our 20-year anniversary thing. That's going to be every single year because it's a huge celebration for all of us, right? This is what he said this weekend. This is a gift that he's giving us. Everything that he shares at conference, all the product information, all the knowledge, all the training, all the stuff, all the breakout sessions we're going to have this year, which are new, everything that's coming. But he feels like he's so grateful for everything we are out here doing in the field. Having these people come and perform for us is one of his ways of saying thank you. And so who we have coming this year, we will have Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night entertainment, the largest being on Saturday. And of course, I can't tell you. I'm so sorry. But we'll just put it this way. This is the largest icon in the entire planet when it comes to music. I mean, it's just insane. I don't even know. I don't even know how this happened. But obviously, David said, let's get this person. So they're each amazingly incredible, but the Saturday night one's just probably you would never get an opportunity to be in a room with 10,000 people with this person and be like right there, right? I don't even know. I don't even know if this person's still performing. I'm not gonna tell him. I'm not telling him. He's like, don't tell him. Prince in the other room. Be quiet. It's just huge. Just trust me. But it's not about going to see a concert by any means, right? But what we're doing now, July, August, September, what you do now determines where you'll be in 90 days. That's just all of business. Okay, it just is. What we're doing now is creating that momentum for when we walk across that stage in October. So you need to think about now, what do I want to be? What level do I want to be in this company? What do I want to accomplish? And that doesn't start in September. It starts now. And so now is where we really want to focus our time, energy, and effort to be able to hit these benchmarks, right? To show the ranks or the volume. So whatever that is. So aligning yourself with the strategy, right? To accomplish what you want. So I want to ask you guys a couple questions. So why did you say yes to LifeWave in the first place? Probably most all of you said yes for the product. I would assume most all of you did. And you've had some type of product experience, whether you, your family member, your spouse, somebody had a significant enough experience that you decided to share. Okay, so who's going to suffer if you hesitate or slow down right now with lots of things happening, lots of changes, lots of launches of new things? Who's going to pay the price if you hang on and just wait and see what's going to happen next? Oh, I'm waiting for the comp plan enhancements, or I'm waiting for the launch of the water machine. Yay, Solargize made it finally. I'm waiting. Are we waiting for these things? Whose business is going to suffer? Yours, yes, but who else out there could be introduced to this technology in the meantime that isn't because you're waiting? So I want you guys to really think about that. And what kind of leader are you becoming through this process? Change is part of life. It just is. There's no way around it. It's just, are you rolling with it or are you fighting it? Right? Did you let go of the oars and just go downstream with the rapids? We saw some crazy rapids in Switzerland. You'd never realize that. But with all the water with the glaciers, I mean, it's just, woo, that water is moving, flat moving off those massive mountains down in the valleys. And so are you going with the flow or are you trying to swim against it? Right? Or you're like, I'm just going to go with the flow. Let's just do it. Let's go. Let's move forward and let's roll with the changes. Or are you resisting going, I don't think this is going to happen. It's not possible. Or this is not going to affect me. We're all going to be experiencing a lot of incredible changes over the next month or so. And I really want you to think about this too. We're going to talk a little bit about Sellergize here in just a minute and some strategies with this. But I want you to think about what you're doing right now in your business. That water machine is going to be coming out in the next, 30-ish days or so, right? Bearing, everything is good. Production, I should have mine any day now. They didn't ship them before we left for Switzerland because some people went early and they didn't want them on doorsteps, and we're waiting for some people still to come back. And so I should have it any day now. Any day now. I cannot wait. I will be bringing it to the leadership retreat. I had somebody email me today and ask if we were going to have water machine stations set up at the event with David on the 26th and giving everyone a 2-ounce sample and how to make sure that we weren't giving favoritism to some people over others and some taking more than others. And I'm like, that is not what that event's going to be. Mm-mm. Not at all. I will have my machine. Gary will be bringing his machine, and we will have them at the house. So if you're in the house, you'll be drinking your glass of water every single day. But David's going to bring a machine. We did talk this week, and he is going to bring a machine to have a, just to see it. But it's not going to be working to pass out to 1,000 people a 2-ounce sample. Remember, this isn't a corporate sponsored event. This is a us sponsored event. So we will not have enough machines for all of that. But I want you to think about your business. You know that water machine is going to have a price tag to it, obviously, and we're going to have incredible payment plan options, and you can pick your option. It's going to have a massive PIB and a massive amount of volume. And that's going to be a big game changer in your business when that happens in the next 30 plus days. What does your business look like now? What could it look like in 30 days? How many more people could be in your organization if you're really building and focusing on the growth right now to be able to impact even more people when that's available? So I want you to think about how fast and honestly how big your business could grow like that with the launch of that water machine, just because you have sheer numbers in your organization. Now, you may look in your back office and see your line of sponsorship, and maybe you've got 25 people. Set a goal to double it. or triple it or quadruple that or more in the next 30 days. Have you looked in your back office? Do you know how many people are in your line of sponsorship? Obviously, if you're a manager and you've signed up two on the left, two on the right, you've got four. But you really need to look in your back office and click on organization, binary tree viewer, hover over your name, and you can see exactly how many people are in your line of sponsorship. That's potentially how many people could be purchasing that machine. But what if only half did? What would that do to your volume? What if they were people you personally enrolled? What would that do to that product introduction bonus that you'll be receiving? What could that do? And I'll just say this, because obviously I'm not going to share with you what that dollar amount is yet. We're finalizing everything, and that will be available obviously when it's available. But if you know the premium pack is 1750 and the PIB is 405, we all know everyone's heard this is going to be around the $5,000 price range. We don't have a set dollar amount yet, but what would a PIB be for that if 1750 is 405? I don't know, but it's not going to be $500. So I want you to think about how much income that could generate for you just like that.
Did you see how Beth and Michael looked at each other when you said that? It was a priceless moment. It's like driving down the road in a car. You don't know who's really looking.
I love it. I love it. I know, right? This is serious. So when you're talking about game-changing money, income for people, this water machine is going to do that. It's going to be a big part of that between when it launches through conference and the rest of this year and beyond. Like it's not going to stop. People aren't going to just like, oh no, I've got my, no. The people are going to come out of the woodwork. They're already coming out of the woodwork for this machine because of what it's going to do. The question's going to be, I had a Zoom with compliance a couple weeks ago talking about the water machine, and the question's going to be, how are you going to keep these testimonials compliant? Because it's just mind blowing what I already know, what we've already been told, what's already happening to people with the prototypes we've had. And Gary got to experience quite a bit of those as well. We were in Switzerland this week, and hearing the people, it's just like, we're going to have to keep all that off social media. You're just going to have to be sending a lot of messages to people, right? And saying, you just have to get your hands on this. You won't believe what it's done to this person, this person, this person, this person, this person. So it's mind blowing. 6 studies, I think David said 200 plus, 300 plus people have been studied already. 100% success rate on every single person having massive changes in their body. 100%. Like there was not one person that didn't respond in 15 seconds. 2 minutes tops. And that was like, slow game, right? So I really want you guys to think about what's going to happen if you hesitate, if you slow down. And again, who's going to suffer in that process? Not just you, but the people that could be coming on board right now, getting their stem cells activated. Remember, the water's not going to replace X39. X39 is our flagship patch, right? We follow that with Eon. Most people go to X49 second because of its remarkable results that it produces with that performance pack combo. And that's a really crazy, amazing thing that you might want to think about those 3 products really carefully in the coming week, because there's amazing things happening in LifeWave. So be on the lookout for that. But the patches are not going to be obsolete. So many people are asking me this week with Cellergize. So, is this going to replace my vitamins and minerals? And I'm like, no, did you not look at the PowerPoint I did? That was not a full panel of vitamins and minerals on the back of that jar. This is not a vitamin and mineral replacement, right? And it's going to be the same thing with the water. People are going to wonder, is this going to replace my patches? No, it does not activate stem cells like that. It doesn't work that way at all. It is to be used in conjunction with it, of course. But the foundation is the X39. That is always our foundation. Back that with the Eon 100% to help people regulate their body. And David did share this weekend, he said if someone's super, super sick, if they're really bad off health-wise, they need to go slow with this water, because there could be a serious detox effect If they think, oh, more is best, I'm just going to drink 2 glasses, 3 glasses. Not good at all. So for the people that are really sick, we want them on the patches. We want their body to start that process of waking up their mitochondria again and getting them to function and helping their body to elevate its own glutathione and helping to reduce the inflammation. So we've got to keep our focus on the patches. Obviously, that's our monthly residual, right? But using the Celergize, using the water in conjunction with it are really going to be like a trifecta for people. And so we want to be able to help as many people as possible with that. Again, building the momentum now is going to be important. So let's talk a little bit about Celergize. So I was surprised this weekend when David shared that in the first couple days of the launch, they had sold 10,000 units. Now they only had 40,000 units available at the time. Of course, there's more. It's being produced every single day, so the warehouse is filling up. But on day one, they only had 10,000, or day two, they only had 10,000 people that purchased the Celergize. And I was like, what? Only a couple, 10,000 out of millions? Not, I mean, I know we don't have millions just in the United States, but still, I was shocked. Honestly, I was like, wow, I thought more people would be like, I'm on it, right? And so I want you to think about some things with Celergize. 35 BV, obviously, right? And we do know if they purchase more than one, it's just like the supportive patches, and they can mix and match with the supportive patches. Then the BV does drop to 27. If they purchase three, then it's supposed to, but it didn't. It stayed at 117. So, which was good. It was really good because it showed the pricing was going to drop down to 20 BV if you did three, but it actually didn't. So Celergize stayed up there with the same as the supportive patches. Three of them's 117 BV. So price wise, I mean, if you look at what's in it, we're not going to go into that because you guys have already probably watched the video, or you can watch that later, with the ingredients, with the sea buckthorn, with that cyanothox, that activation of and supporting the activation of our stem cells is huge. But most people are mineral deficient. We know that. That's why we say Celtic sea salt or use some kind of electrolytes or, something. So most people are deficient in their potassium and magnesium, especially. Those two things. And that directly impacts the effectiveness of the patches. And so sometimes people are like, oh, I haven't seen results. It's been 3 months, or I'm not feeling anything, or I haven't noticed anything. And you're like, well, do you take any kind of, Celtic sea salt or any amino acids or electrolytes? And they're like, oh, yeah, and then you really kind of dig in. They're like, they don't do that on a regular basis. They're not doing it consistently in order to produce the results, right? Or to help their body support what the patches need. And Celergize does that. This does that. So I want to talk to you just a little bit about taking some time each day to message the people that you have in your organization. Now, if you have an organization where there have been some people that, they thought they were going to build a business, they shared to some people, but then they didn't, right? They decided not to, but they signed some people up. You need to grab those people. You have access to everyone in your entire line of sponsorship. You can log into your back office, click on organization, click on reps, click on sponsorship downline, and see all of the people in your line of sponsorship. Now, don't go messaging people if you have people on a shared leg that you didn't enroll or have anything to do with, but organization, reps, sponsorship, downline, you can see all of those people that are in your line of sponsorship, and you can see their emails and you can see their phone numbers. So if you have someone that has not decided to work a business, or maybe they did and then they, for some reason, life happened and they aren't anymore, please make sure you pick up their people and they know that this is brand new and this is available to help support them in their patching journey. And obviously message your own people, right? So think about committing to at least 5 people a day. This is making a huge difference. And I'm going to, not next week because I'm interviewing a new doctor, but the week after that, I'm going to do a big Zoom where on Tuesday night, where I'm going to have people that come on that are having great results since they added the Celergize to the patching. So if that's you, be on the lookout for me sending a message and posting in the page asking for people that are having crazy different results after adding in the Cellergize because I know I'm already getting things from people. They're already telling me I don't need my coffee. I don't have my afternoon slump. I can't believe how much energy I have. This tastes amazing. So just some basics already. I do have some scripts if you want scripts, some things to message out to people, to ask them or to share with them some stuff with some information on Sellergize. So I'm going to put some things in the chat for you guys if you want to copy and paste. I will put them in the page as well too, just so you can have them available. I think this could be, let's see if that goes. Um, Too big. Okay, let me take this one out. Hang on one second. Let me get rid of that one. Okay, there that went. And then here's this one. I'm going to put several of them in here for you guys. And I just went to my Chat GPT, my little LifeWave assistant, and I said, give me some sample scripts for messaging customers on the Sellergize. I think I did the wellness driven. Nope, not yet. Okay. All right, so I'll get you guys that one in here next. There we go. Here's another one. And again, I'm going to post all of these in the team page. So you don't have to worry about that. And then here's for curious but busy prospects. Some of you guys can copy and paste easy from your chat, and some of you can't. So, but this will give you some ideas of some things to message people on Sellergize, so that and again, tweak them how you want. This is just what my AI assistant pulled up just a little bit ago to let them know. I personally have been sending out Project Broadcast because I use Project Broadcast for people here in the US, of course, and Canada, which I'm sorry, Canada, you don't have access to it yet. But David did say they are already working on formulations for every single country, which there's 82. And a lot of them don't have this, obviously, allow the same things ingredient wise in products in their countries. So it's a tedious job. And that's even, think about even within Europe. It's not just Europe gets to do one formulation and Canada gets to do what, like every country has different requirements, different regulations. So they are already working on that. They are going to have, their goal is to have every country global with this in 2026. So it's not like, oh, you'll never get it. But obviously we know our Canadians and our Mexicans, if they've got an address across the border, a PO box, ship away. They did that with the patches when Canada was down. And then, of course, I know every time I go to London, I have half my suitcase full of like the Aloe Vita skincare set because they don't have Aloe Vita skincare yet because of the regulation ingredients, la la la. So think about that with your partners that are in other countries. Be creative. How could we get them that product? Not that you have to fly over there and deliver it to them. The water machine may be a little bit more difficult considering it's about 40 pounds, and you do not want to put that in the checked bag section. That would need to be a backpack configuration that you literally walked on that plane with on your back and pretended like you put it in the seat in front of you underneath that seat. Nothing fits on the seat underneath you, literally nothing. We had a little dog once in a carrier and she would fit underneath the seat when we flew, but that was about it. No, I can't even get my bag. My purse won't even fit underneath the seat. But anyway, think about ways that you can help your partners get Sellergize right now. Okay, if you have people in different places that want to do that, maybe run some promotions. I know there's times when I'm not going to Europe and we'll run promotions and I'll have one person and I'll ship a big package to them and then they'll divide it out to the people that are there amongst them too. So just kind of think about that. But for right now, it is only available in the USA. So with that being said, if they just buy one, that's 35 extra BV per person per month. This is a consumable monthly product. You only use it once a day in the morning. They need it every day. It's going to increase the effectiveness and the impact that the patches are having. Do you want your customers to use this? Do you want your brand partners to be using this? And not because you're looking at them going, you're an additional 35, you're an additional 35, you're an additional 35 for me. We don't look at them like that with the patches either, but we want them to have better results, the best results possible. And some people have had crazy stupid results with our patches. We know that. But what if this could support that even more? What if this could really make even a deeper impact in their overall health? Can it? It can, but they got to get it first, right? They've got to try it. And of course, this is a huge thing for gyms. For fitness centers, they always have electrolytes and amino acids on their shelf for people to purchase. Always. I don't think I've ever been in a gym, a yoga studio, anything like that that did not have some type of powder to support the like the endurance, right? Their fitness, their activity, but also their recovery. So think about using this in conjunction with our 39.49, our performance bundle for those types of facilities. So with that, we have, like I said, next Wednesday, some really big things coming. And this team is, I mean, every single week, obviously, brand partners, thousands of brand partners are coming into our organization. People are growing, people are promoting. We have huge things in store. And I want to talk to you before we do a little Q&A about the event with David Schmidt that's happening next month. So David and I are going to Zoom at the beginning of next week on logistics and what that looks like, but he will kick off our morning in Orlando. And we will have that morning session open and free to guests that attend that morning. So obviously brand partners, if you have a ticket, then you're good to go. If you don't, you need to get one. We are about 200 tickets away from being completely sold out. I went ahead and bumped up about 3 weeks ago our room space, but we are at max capacity on room space. We can't go any bigger. We only have seating for about right under 1,000. And you know, when David came last February, for those of you that were there, we had seating for 1,200 and we had standing room only in the back. We have seating for 1,000. That was the biggest and best facility that I could get, and it's a gorgeous property. The Omni Champion Gate is stunning facility. Obviously, there's hotel. It's a hotel, so you can go to Expedia. They have all kinds of discounts there. We don't have room blocks or anything because it's not a corporate event, but corporate's all coming. And so that morning, if you have guests, they can come for free and stay and watch and hear David. And then if they decide they want to become a brand partner, then if they sign up with their core pack or above, then they can stay for the afternoon session for free as well. Janine Weber, who is our vice president, is going to be attending as well. She is going to have a segment in the morning also talking about the logistics of LifeWave. You know, why would someone want to be a part of LifeWave? Again, gearing this towards our brand new brand partners and our guest. But why LifeWave? What have we accomplished? What's happening? You know, where is our growth? What does it look like? What are the numbers? Where are we going? She's going to cover all of that stuff. And then, you know, like I said, David's going to do all the products, so you don't have to worry about that. I'm sure he'll be talking tons and tons and tons about the water machine. And I'm sure he'll slip out to all those things he does every time I've talked to him or heard him talk about the water machine or listened to a video. He lets lots of things slip. So lots of great testimonials will be shared. But then we'll have a break for lunch. And I think there are like 9 restaurants there at the actual hotel. Like I said, it's a huge facility. But we will have a full afternoon session that will be 5 hours of mini boot camp. So for those of you that attended the boot camp that we just had, how many of you guys attended that boot camp? Where were we, Laura? What city were we in? Where were we? Houston? Where were we? Where were we, Leah? What was
It wasn't Houston.
Dallas.
we were in
Was
Dallas
it
for
Dallas?
Dallas.
boot camp. I thought that was a Super Saturday training. We were in Dallas for boot camp too.
I can't remember.
I
Wait
know,
a
we've
minute.
been so many places. Who knows where the boot camp was?
It was Dallas.
Was it
I
Dallas?
think
It
it
was
was Dallas.
Dallas.
What
It
hotel
was
were we
Dallas.
in?
It was
I think it
Dallas.
was Dallas.
It
What
was Dallas.
hotel? Are you sure?
Yeah.
What hotel? Does anybody know in here? Houston. Somebody's saying Houston.
It
Mm-mm.
wasn't
Houston,
Houston.
we didn't have one this year
There's
in
no boot
Houston.
camp in Houston.
What month was it in? February?
Um, I don't remember. Orlando? No, no. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was our retreat.
Oh,
Oh, that's right. In Florida.
You guys, we have traveled so much this year. We don't even know where we've been. I know I was in Switzerland until 12:30 a.m. this morning. That is all I know right now. That's when we got back home. Okay, so we were in Orlando in February at the boot camp. That boot camp was incredible, right? The leaders led the boot camp, the training, and this won't be a comp plan training, so don't think that's what this is. This is going to be a mini version, a condensed version of the leaders, the SPDs, leading, teaching, and training on many of the topics, similar things that you heard from earlier. So lots of value. So not only are we going to have David, we'll have Janine, Garrett, and Geraldo, Shirley, and I think Dustin's coming as well too. We'll all be there to support and represent. And let's be honest, they're coming to bring us the free swag and the patches. Janine, we were talking this weekend. She's like, "So what would you like me to do?" And I rattled off some stuff, and she said, "Now all the manager and regional reps are coming." I said, "Yep, I'm gonna have them be passing out T-shirts and giving away patches and all that kind of stuff. And they don't get stage time this time. We don't have time for them. We want all the nuggets from all the leaders on how to build the biggest and best and amazing business." But she's like, "I think that's a great job for them. That's what they'll do. They'll bring lots of freebies for you guys." So they always have done that. So that'll be amazing. So that event, let's talk about now creating momentum, big things happening, big change. Your business is changing, it's going to grow. All right, big changes happening right now. That event will really literally propel what we do. That event with David is going to be huge for, and it's not virtually streamed. We don't do that. So that's a whole nother $25,000 production company that we are not going to hire. So that's not happening. Again, this is not a corporate sponsored event like it was back in Orlando in February. This is a us event that we're doing that David always gifts us every year. This will be the fourth year in a row that he's come to do an event for us. That's huge. I don't know if you guys even really realize that, but that doesn't happen. We know he does. The Merritts have been in the business for 3 years, and he does attend one. I don't know if he's going to theirs this year or not, but I haven't seen his name on the list. But he does attend one for them. The last 2 years he has. But that it doesn't happen in anywhere else. Just so you guys know that. That's pretty amazing, special that he's continuing to come and support us and our team and what we're doing and how we're doing it. So that's awesome. That's going to propel August, September, because we know there's a cutoff date for what you walk across stage at conference in October. So that we look at now, we look at July, we look at August, and we look at September, really focusing on those promotions, those next level rank advancements, and keeping things simple. We do the exact same thing. We reach out to people, we let them know what we have, we invite them to a Zoom, and we follow back up. And that's honestly what we still do. Literally. Trey's sitting there at the pool. We had a quick break. He did. He's like, "I need a break, Mom. I need some sun." Because we were go nonstop. I was like, "You got 2 hours until dinner." So he went to the pool when we were in Switzerland just the other day and is sitting there. And this lady walks up to him and she's like, "You look like you're American. You don't look like you're from here." And he said, "I am." And she starts up a conversation. "What are you doing here?" And he tells her why he's here with his mom and his dad and what's going on. And 2 hours later, literally before we had to go to dinner, I'm taking her patches. We're sitting down there having conversations. You just don't know, right? Every time I turn around, Gary bought a watch, got the lady's contact info that bought the watch. David went in there and looked at a watch in the exact same store. And she's like, the CEO of this company was just in here looking at a watch. Gary's like, I'll take it. Let's go. Give me your information. And they exchanged information, right? We were literally on we were on the bike tour, weren't we? Oh, that was so much fun, that bike tour. We had a 3 hour bike tour with a local guy, and we stopped for a little ice cream sorbet thing and coffee, and Gary sits down on a park bench, and we had to literally drag him away because he's, again, exchanging phone numbers, exchanging contact info, talking about the patch he has on his neck. Oh yeah, I gotta get this, da da da. You know what I mean? There's so many people out there that are so excited. They want what we have. They want to be a part of what we're doing. It is literally electrifying, right? It's magnetic. And so challenge yourself to get out, go meet some people, go new places, go to a different grocery store, drive a different way, and stop by some random places to pop in and pop into some gyms, pop into some different types of fitness centers. Take your card, take a couple patches, wear it on your shoulder like Leah does. That's where Trey wears his, over here on the side of his shoulder. You know, wear it so people can see and ask you, what is that? What are you doing? Why do you seem like you're just so happy? Why are you happy? Why are you excited? Well, because I'm using this patch and I'm feeling great and life's changing and things are getting better and better. So be open to meeting new people and having new friends and going new places and stepping out of your comfort zone. If it's not your comfort zone, if you're more of an introvert, which as a choice, like there's no infant born an introvert. I mean, you think about that, you guys. You're not born that way. Like, oh, this infant in the crib is an introvert. This infant over here in the crib next to it is going to be super outgoing. This infant over here is going to be somewhere in between. Like, you're not born that way. It's something you've developed over time. So decide to get out of your shell because there's 8 billion people out there. There's so many people we want to help. There's so many people we can impact. But it takes you taking some steps out, right? So, last 15 minutes, Q&A. If you have questions, obviously I'm not going to tell you about the promotion that's happening next week yet, so don't ask me what that is. Don't ask me that question. But if you have any questions about anything to do with anything that I shared or anything else, yes, I'm sure. I'm sure I'm not sharing yet. It's definitely something that's going to start next week. And yes, Susan, we are building managers. That does not stop. We'll talk about that more depth next weekend. But a manager is still a 1-star manager is 2 cores on the left and 2 cores on the right. That's not changing. To get to director, you need a 1-star manager on the left, or a manager on the left, manager on the right. To get to 2-star manager, you need a manager on the left, a manager on the right. So same thing, that now what we have, director on the left, director on the right, it's going to be a 3-star manager on the left, a 3-star manager on the right is going to get you to that 1-star director. So focusing on the exact same things that we're doing, it's not changing at all. The balance has always been there. It's just focusing on that balance and who's building. Maybe it's, for example, I signed up Laura. Say Laura decided, obviously she signed up Leah. Say she decided she didn't want to work a business. For me, it'd be like, oh, I need Laura to be active. I need her to be a director. I need her this. I need her that. But Leah's the builder. Leah's working. Now it doesn't matter if Laura's working or not. It doesn't matter if she's active. It doesn't matter if she's paid as her rank or not because Leah's working and the volume's coming up through Leah's organization. So that's just really going to be the biggest shift, is just in the volume. So let me look down here at questions right now. Oh yeah, water machine. Yeah, we do not have the price yet. I would tell you this: the PC price will be more than brand partner, and the retail, of course, will be a whole lot more, just like our products are right now. We will not have Canadian pricing. It took years to get pricing in Europe. besides the UK, which is obviously not part of Europe, they're still US dollars. Converting all of Europe is euro. They are working now in the APAC region to get pricing in each of their countries, but they have a time frame for that. We don't have a time frame right now for Canada pricing to be Canada pricing. Same thing with Mexico to be Mexican peso pricing. We don't have that at this time. Not saying that it won't happen in the future, but we don't have availability for that right now. If you're in Canada and you get a mailbox across the border, how would I order Celergize? It's not listed in my shop. So what you would have to do is, for what I've done, many of us have done, is you change the flag. Log into your back office, and at the top, there's flags. Yours is United States, or yours is Canada, right? If you're in Canada, it's a flag that you click, and you just change it to the US. So if you're in Canada, you change it to the US. So for example, like I said, people order Alavita sets and ship them to me here in the US, my address, and then I fly them over in my suitcase. They log into their back office, they click the US flag, it gives them the US catalog, they place the order for the Alavita skincare set and put in my address as the shipping. So, Linda, you would go to your back office, change your flag from Canadian to US, and you would order 25 Celergizes, and you would ship them to your P.O. box in the US address, and then your little car would drive over there and pick them up. That's it. No big deal. Happens all the time. Easy peasy. Yep, that's why we need Celergize. We need Celergize, and we need a patch. We get that brain functioning on tip-top shape. All right, so let's look up here. Oh, Myra said she bought an extra ticket to conference, so if anyone needs one, she has an extra ticket that she could transfer to you. All right. Any other questions? Oh, can we get the prompts for making a LifeWave assistant? So we don't have prompts to making a LifeWave AI assistant. You have to purchase it. So maybe Cindy, if you could put Lauren, I don't know if Lauren's on here or not, if you could put Lauren's contact info, or somebody put Lauren's contact info in the chat. You have to have ChatGPT first. Then you contact Lauren. Lauren, I want an AI LifeWave assistant. Lauren will email you. You need to answer some questions. She will get it set up on the back end. It's connected to your ChatGPT. And then you will have access on your phone or on your desktop to your LifeWave AI assistant. If you guys aren't using ChatGPT yet, it's like Google, except you actually can have a conversation with it, and its details are mind-blowingly amazing. The answers are so much faster, so much more information. You can just ask anything or say, I'm looking for, or could you write this post about, and give it some keywords, and it's gonna just, I don't know if you guys looked at my Facebook post, but most all of them from Switzerland were just, here's where I am. Here's some pictures of what I'm doing. Write me a Facebook post for this. That's it.
It's absolutely the most brilliant thing ever. I don't know I know how we did it before. I don't mean it like that, but
like
every day, I don't have to think very much. I just do. I do, and I do, and I do, and I do, and it's amazing. Right? It's amazing.
Yeah, you just type in. You just say, "This is what I'm looking for," or "This is what I'm trying to create," or like I said earlier, those Celergize. I'm like, just give me some scripts for people to message people, their existing customers or new people about Celergize. And then it gave me like 3 or 4. I was like, well, give me some more. Okay. It just spits them out. I could say, give me some geared towards chiropractors, give me some geared towards gyms, give me some geared towards whatever, and it would just spit it out like this. I mean, literally, it's not even 2 seconds. So anybody can have one. You don't have to be a certain rank, you don't have to be anything, but it just helps you so much with anything to do with this business. I mean, people ask me a gazillion product questions every day. And of course, I've for years answered them every day because I know the information, because I've read the studies, I've listened to David, I've watched the videos, I've done the research. Obviously, 2 PhDs in this area, I got a lot of knowledge up here that I can share with people. But now I just copy and paste their question. Literally. And some of you have received emails or text messages when someone asks a question. You're like, well, what about this? And I'm like, there, just, I don't even have to read it. I just literally paste it into my AI assistant and it's done. And I send it back. That's it. It makes life so much easier.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And I can say, give me the information on this blurb that someone sent me and relate it only to X39 and Eon. Because otherwise it could pull all the patches.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And so it's just, or you can say, no, I don't like that. Please tailor that towards da da da. Or please gear this towards da da da. Or rewrite this and make it more professional. Or rewrite this and make it more, whatever. Just genius. Okay.
And it's worth every penny.
Oh my God. What is it? $20? $40? I don't even know.
$20 when you get started, depending on what you get.
Yeah, $20, $30 a month. I don't know. It is not a LifeWave thing. Absolutely not. But I will tell you that David talked about AI this weekend, and he said that 100%, there are over 600 employees at LifeWave currently and adding on a regular weekly basis, new employees. No one will ever lose their job. His really good friend from high school, I think it was, or maybe early college, genius, went to work for IBM for his whole career. And last year got laid off in his 60s, like fired basically. AI replaced his job. Instead of teaching the man AI or having AI assist him in what he was doing, he was just gone. And so he and David were having a conversation, and David hired him. He said, you're a genius. I would love to have you come work for us and use your knowledge and your skill set on XYZ. And he said, so I 100% vow to never lose an employee, never fire someone, ever have someone displaced because of AI. We will use AI in conjunction with what we are doing to make things easier, more simple, automated. We have 24/7 you can order with AI right now, which no one's using that because everyone thinks they need to still call to place an order, which is insane. Store, patches, add to cart, check out. I don't know what's so difficult about that. But either way, we already are full-blown AI assistants on placing orders. Anyone can do that at any time. And they will have 24/7 customer service available with AI. But there will always be people available as well to talk during, obviously, business hours. So AI will never replace anyone's job or have anyone not, but people will learn it and integrate it into what they're doing. It only makes sense because we're not talking about robots. David did show a picture of robots at a computer. He said, I promise, just joking, just joking. Not going to have robots. We're not going to have robots walking around. But I will tell you this, in the manufacturing warehouse, they do have in China robots that already go around and unbox and pack and store and move and put things already. But David said right now they will not purchase those robots, AI robots, even though they're completely effective in what they do, because they want full transmission of all your information, your data of what you're doing. And so he said, no, we will find a manufacturing company that makes them in the US or in Europe. and we will put them to work in the evening. So we will have people during the day doing the work they're doing right now, and in the evening, the AI robots will continue the job to speed things up in the evening to get production 24/7.
Wow.
So, yeah, right? I mean, there's so many benefits of having the assistance of AI, just so many. And that's where David is. How can this help more people? How can AI's technology help more people? And that's how he's utilizing it in what we're doing. But what, yeah, yes, 175 setup. I think we paid 100, but that was last year. That was almost a year ago. So 175 setup, and then I think it's like $20 a month. So definitely worth the investment. That is a small price to pay for what this sucker does every single day. Okay, the X2O is 500 mLs, which is 16 ounces that we will drink every single day. And everyone will start with one glass, and one glass is enough, and one glass is all you need. And then you drink your clean, healthy water outside of that. But one glass is what we're showing crazy, amazing results with. Okay, you guys, any other questions? We've got about 2 minutes. Anything else to wrap it up? All right, I'll leave you with this as what I started with. You have an opportunity right now to create or to continue, because some of you are in crazy, amazing momentum in your business right now, to create or continue crazy, amazing momentum in your business that's going to carry you into our event in July, which, like I said, there's a couple hundred tickets left for that, and carry you into the event in Anaheim in October. And of course, there are always people that want to share rooms. So if you're someone that's like, I need a roommate, start posting on the team page, asking in the chats, because we have plenty of people that are going that would love to share a room or would love to partner in Ubers or whatever it may be. Like once you're at the convention center, obviously all the hotels are there. You don't need to go anywhere. But, from the airport or whatnot, transfers, that kind of stuff. If you don't have anybody on your team going, it's a perfect opportunity to make new friends, meet new people, have new bedmates, right? Have new people that you share rooms with, just like Leah and I did. That hit my timeline, Leah, this weekend of us going to California. Didn't know each other, never met each other, only seen each other on Zoom for a couple weeks, literally.
Mhm.
And we both fly out to California and share our hotel room together and spend the weekend together to hear David. And look
Yep.
at us now. So you can do the
Good
exact same
times.
thing. We had a blast. Oh my God. And we've had so much fun since then, traveling all over, being roommates, sharing rooms, sharing hotels, sharing houses. So, and we're going to continue to do it. So we look
Sharing
forward.
champagne.
Sharing champagne. Exactly. We just did that in Dallas. We sure did. Shared a bottle of Vouv with Beth. Beth helped. Don't think Lee and I downed a bottle of champagne, just the two of us. We could never do.
We could have though, but we had to share.
We could never do that. What are you talking about? Those are little bottles, right? So, you guys, we want you there with us. That's really what we want to say. We want you there with us. We want to help you. Please reach out to your upline, senior director, executive, presidential, senior presidential, whoever, anybody. I promise you, someone wants to help you. If you need help, you want to make this work, we want to help you in that. I promise you. You're all connected to some of us, some one of us, right? All of us are connected somehow, and we work together to really help each other to make a difference in this. So please reach out. Know that we want to support you, and know that big, crazy, amazing things are coming, and change is good. Good, good, good. Very good. Orlando, a link. Got it. Okay, let me type in David's name real quick. Notes section. Let's see. Where is David in the notes section? Here we go. conference. No, not conference, sorry. Ah, he'll be there. July event, mini boot camp. There you go. There's the link. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's always good to be back home. I love to travel. Love, love, love it, but it's always good to be back home too. So I look forward to seeing you guys on Zoom next week. Tuesday night, I've got a new doctor I'm interviewing on Ann Santog's team. So he's super excited, Dr. Matt. And then, of course, I'll see you guys back here next Wednesday for some pretty amazing, exciting announcements as well. Bye, guys.